Welcome to Beauty and the Bold.
For this episode, I'm going to be the beauty. She's going to be the bold.
Someone the other day was like, I read your username as the cream pies.
I seen that. So just so you know about merchandise, guys, we have merchandise right now.
We're working on it.
I have not made it go live yet because I don't have enough things that I like. I'm not happy with it. But we do have a shirt that says, I love stepdaddies. We have a couple shirts with Beauty and the Bold on them. And then for those of you who have been close to me, unlike my family, you guys know about Uniting Humanity. Uniting Humanity is locked in. I got it all figured out. If you don't know what Uniting Humanity is, let me show you. But this is what it looks like, okay? It's a little bit better than this, but I have merchandise with this on it. What would you do if you had a time machine? What would you do? That's a good topic.
See, this one's hard for me because, like, if I could go back in time and make different decisions but still have, like, you and all of my children, I would not have a kid so young. As long as I could still have her. You know, like, I don't regret her at all. I don't regret any of them. Like, if I could, like, push the years back a little bit of when I had them and, like, went to college and I wanted to travel. I mean, I could still do that now, but, like, I wanted to study abroad and all of that and then had my kids. That would have been cool. I mean, everything I went through made me who I am now. So, I don't know if I would change anything. Maybe I would just travel a little more. I would tell myself just to travel. I would tell myself to just live life. I would tell myself in high school that boys are stupid. And to play more sports.
I feel
like
that.
If you're in high school, like just whatever. So what if you're bad? Just try new things. That's what I would have done.
Okay.
What about you?
I mean, I don't know. I think that my life is perfect right now. I wouldn't probably change anything in the past when it came to our lives. If I had a time machine, I would just go want to witness a few things that may have been skewed through books over time.
Yeah.
I would definitely go to 0 AD and see what was going on. But like, if you think about it pretty deeply, like there's no, like, is anyone going to be able to speak Latin? I don't know how to speak the languages. So if you went back in time, you would first need to learn some languages.
Right.
So I've thought about this a few times.
I really like to go back and see, like, if the history that we were taught in school is, like, legit.
Yeah.
Because, like, it can be skewed so into sway one way, you know? Mm-hmm. So, like, I would just like to see, like...
Yeah.
Do you think work is important for a married woman, especially if she has kids? If it's important to her, then yeah. But, I mean, to me, no. Work is not important to me.
She
as
says
much
that.
As my children. I have works. A career, but I do work. So it depends on what you're talking about when it comes to work. Like, are you talking about like going
working for
to
somebody
work?
else? We don't do that.
Yeah, but I mean, I do work.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. Mm-hmm. And he does too. Like,
yeah.
But we work for ourselves, so it's a little different. But to me, like my children, it's like my children and him in the house, and then it's work. Like, it's like, so... I think it just depends on, it can be important to you or it cannot.
I think it's very important to work at something.
Yeah.
You know?
No baby, number 4.
Yeah, we're not doing babies.
As much as, like, I love them, I think that what I want to experience again is, like, the euphoric high of, like, my natural birth that came afterward, but, like, I don't want the baby with it. So, like, that's, like, the only thing, like, that feeling afterward, like, there's no drug on earth that can make me feel like that. I'm convinced. Maybe I'm wrong, but like, that was, like, I did. Then Aurelia starts crying, and I'm like, I'm good. You know?
Yesterday, you know, we were at the beach for a little bit, and we were in love for a few moments, and I got behind her, you know, real close, like, and I was like, I'm putting our baby in you. And she said, okay. She was ready yesterday for another baby. Can you believe that, guys? 4 months in.
We got in the car, and I really just wouldn't stop screaming.
Yeah.
And I decided I don't want that.
What country would you like to visit? I really want to visit Africa and go to Egypt.
Yeah.
I want to see the pyramids really bad.
I want to go to Scotland because like that's my heritage. We have a castle there, the Monroe Castle. I really want to go to like a tropical country like the Maldives or like something like that. And then yeah, I would love to go to Africa and like safari and pyramids. I know that's like two separate, but like that would
She wants to see her close cousin, the orangutan, in live action.
Well, thankfully we don't have to go far to see a naked mole rat. So how do you guys feel about bringing the kids into more videos? I think we balance a lot right now. We're not going to make our content solely about them though. We won't do that. We want it to be about us and then the kids like in the background sometimes, but I don't want to focus all on them. They do deserve their privacy. Whose idea to start posting on social media?
Oh. Yeah, so one night I came home with sushi and I used the ginger video to like play it so she could hear it as we were eating, and her facial reaction, she laughed and had fun. And then I was like, holy shit, we're going viral a couple weeks later. So then we just started making videos, and then like I tried to be like nice and say nice things, and then everyone was like, oh, we don't like these videos, they're stupid. So then I made one video that was like, I made a couple funny videos early. I will say this, that we go back and look at our old TikToks and they are so bad.
I don't know how you guys watched them.
Oh my goodness. And even still, we make bad videos, you know.
But they're so much better now.
Yeah. Our manager, low key, we got a new manager and he just kind of shit on me yesterday and I loved it. He was like, well, so you have a couple videos here that are doing 1 million views, but these ones that are like 50,000, you need to not make those, basically what you're saying.
Yeah. He's like, stick to the ones that get in the millions. Don't make these. Yeah. Don't try new things. We're like, okay.
He's like, this is why you're not verified. It's because you're not sticking to these 1 million view videos.
Yeah.
But like, I know we kind of recycle this some jokes, you know, in some angles, but we like to kind of not do the same thing over and over again. There's other people. I know that TikTok is a big trend based thing. Once you make your own little trend, you just have to do the same trend over and over and over and over and over and over again. But I don't want to do that.
What's the hardest thing of being in a long relationship? See, I don't know, because like for me, like being with him, I have to think about how long we've been together, because it feels like we've just been together
our whole life. It feels like it's forever.
Like it did, like we, you know. So I don't think. I mean, the hardest thing for us is just working together sometimes. Like
that's the hardest part. Our relationship, you know, I would say that the struggles that we have working together make our relationship stronger. But also for advice out there in relationships, guys, every day you wake up is a new day, a new relationship. And you have to treat it that way.
Yeah.
You have to treat every day like a new relationship. And you have to not be complacent with your relationship and always looking for ways to reinvigorate it, small things.
Yeah. One thing about him is he's always very spontaneous with stuff. And I'm that kind of person. I love to be spontaneous, but I get so like in the moment with the kids in the house and so in routine that I like don't do spontaneous stuff. So we'll like have a whole day plan. He's like, you know what? Actually, stop. Let's go to the beach. Let's go do this. And or like he'll come home with coffee and I didn't ask for it. Like that's one of my favorite things he does. Or flowers when he takes the girls to the store and they think of me and bring me sunflowers, and he knows sunflowers are my favorite, so that's what he gets. So it's just like little stuff like that I think keep the spark alive. And then we do a lot of talking. We are constantly communicating with each other. We are constantly evolving in our relationship to make things better for us.
Yeah.
And communication.
Is cheating forgettable? No.
Forgettable or forgivable? Because either you can forgive and still not be with a person. Like forgiveness is really more about you than it is about the other person. It's like letting go of that hate in your heart and letting go of the hold that it has over you. That's more what forgiveness really isn't about, in my opinion. Like you want to forgive because it's just better for you. So forgetting, but once you let cheating happen in a relationship, then they know they can get away with anything, and it's just going to continue happening. That's my experience. Now, we've never cheated on each other. We never will. But I think...
Speak for yourself, okay? I'm just kidding.
How dare you?
I will say this about forgiveness. Okay, if the person continues to do the act that they're asking to be forgiven for, you do not have to forgive them. Very narcissistic way of, this is what narcissistic people do. They say, why haven't you forgiven me for what I've done? But then continue to do it. Those people just don't ever speak to them again.
That's manipulative.
Yeah, stay away from them.
And it's toxic, and they're taking advantage of you.
William asks, would you let your kids have any career they want, even if it's a dangerous one, like surfing, NFL player, boxer?
This one's so hard for me because I do not want our son to play football. I just don't. Because as much as people don't want to admit it, concussions alter your brain from the moment they happen. That's just the truth. And like,
she says that, but hits me in every video.
I don't give you a concussion, though. But like, if he, but it's not up to me. Like, his life is not up to me. None of my kids' life is up to me. But before they make that decision to do that sport or to do whatever they want to do in life, I will sit down. We will talk about the risks, and we will talk about the benefits and pros and cons and weigh it out. But I am very anti anything that's going to hit you in the head and get a concussion. Your brain is so vital and important, and football and boxing is so dangerous. And in high school, we watched this story about this guy who played football, and he got like back-to-back concussions, and he went crazy and killed himself, and ever since then I've been scarred for life. So, but you hear it all the time. These kids are so good, and then they get concussions in their brain, and so they can be whatever they want to be, but their mom will make sure they know exactly what they're doing before they do it. Tennis, golf. I hate golf, but if they want to play golf, that's probably the least dangerous there is.
The only thing I worry about with tennis is height. I don't think that our kids will be tall enough to be world champions.
But golf for women pays so well. So if they want to go be pro golfers, I'm going to be bored while watching it, but
I would like them to be soccer players, but we'll see what they decide.
I don't know. My parents let us really play whatever. My brother was so good at everything he did. But one thing my parents did do is, like, if we were really good at something but we wanted to quit, they like made us like really make sure before. Like, I wanted to quit gymnastics so many times before I actually quit. And my mom and dad were just like, just keep pushing, just keep doing it. Like, if you still feel that way in 3 months, then we'll talk about it. If we still feel that way in 6 months, we'll talk about it. And then I just ended up getting so hurt that it was just time for me to stop. But I'm really glad they'd push that, because it makes me someone who doesn't quit the first time I hate something as much as I want to. Like, I'm going to keep going. I'll keep doing it. So I think that's very important. Views on participation trophy in kids' sports.
If my kid get a participation trophy, I'm throwing it in the trash.
Well, okay, so Adeline did a dance recital, and she got like a little trophy for doing the dance recital, but it wasn't a competition, and I made sure she knew that. But no, losers don't get prizes. Like, I
don't want to shy away from the idea that you could have performed better, right? And that my kids will understand that in a team sport, though you play with a team, it's more about your ability to make the right decision, the right play at all times. Because if you can play the most efficient and effective game that you've played, you essentially will make your teammates better. But you have to play with them. But you have to play based on, your best results. So it's very, I don't know. I get team sports and the team and all that, but it's really about the individual performance using your teammates, Every piece in chess plays its role. Right. But you have to play each piece when you play it to the best of its ability.
Question for her. Do you think gaming is limited for kids only? Because some women don't like their husbands spending time on gaming. So I don't mind when he plays video games. I think video games are really cool. I think it's a great, hobby to have. You can get really good on it. You can make money on it. It's fun. I don't mind when he plays, but I don't mind when he plays because he also does his part elsewhere. Like, he's not on it 24/7 when he does play it. Also, I would much rather him be in here late at night playing a video game than out at a bar with friends and drinking. Like, I would take him being home and playing on the game when I could sit here and just be in his presence than him on the game over, or than him going to the bar any day. Like, any day, I would take that. But I do think you need to find a balance. I think that excessive video game playing, you're completely ignoring your kids and your wife or your husband, and everything else is weird. But no, I have no problem with it. I think it's really cool. Actually, like, I could never do all that. I don't think it's childish. I think it's cool. As long as he's, helping me with the kids and putting in work elsewhere, then whatever.
Yeah, I don't really play video games that much anymore.
Yeah, he goes through phases where he'll play a lot and then he'll not, and then...
But best believe when Star Wars Fallen Order comes out, I'll neglect my entire family for 3 days straight to play the game.
But that's okay, because then he'll get off and like do other stuff, and it's like not like whatever. I'm definitely
gonna turn the stream on, be like, I'm streaming, I can't help, I'm working. Star Wars Fallen Order.
That's what he does. He uses his streaming as an excuse. He'll be like, I'm gonna go stream and then put the game on.
No, it's not true, because I could still play my game, but my frames are low and I can't stream and play at the same time, so I really haven't been streaming as much.
How did you land her?
It wasn't windy that day. The landing gear came out fine. The rudders were just right. I controlled it, crosswind, all of it. I think that a lot of people overvalue the glitz and glamour of looks, and they undervalue the confidence of a person, your charm, your personality. I'm not ugly, but I'm also very charismatic, and I know how to captivate. In essence, I know how to manipulate, for good, because I was manipulated a lot growing up. There's a lot of manipulators in my family, and I didn't want to use those powers in a sense. I just wanted to be honest and honorable, because if you're honest and honorable, you really don't have to manipulate people. But I'm very charismatic too. So I know how to make the right joke. I know how to deliver the right sentence. I know how to say the right things on time. And I think those are valuable features when you're trying to seduce a partner. And I think a lot of people should work on themselves and work on their charisma. And I think that's how you can land the woman of your dreams. It's an art. Seducing a woman is an art. And a lot of people think, oh, it's just this guy's tall. Oh, it's just this guy has money. Da, 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 da. Like most of the guys with a bunch of money and are getting women, those women suck. Like they suck. Flat out. Like the Instagram models, most of them suck. Like I tried. I thought that was the way to go. They suck. Okay?
I'm not an Instagram model?
No, Caitlin's a small town girl with a general contractor dad, a mom that works for a high school. Her town literally doesn't have fast food restaurants.
They don't.
Like,
They have one.
She is not the Instagram models. She's very beautiful. Now, she wasn't this beautiful when I found her.
Oh my God.
I helped her. I guided her. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I was I still am very independent and took care of myself, but it was exhausting. And then when he came around and he showed me he could take care of me and all that stuff, I was like, you got me. I don't want to do this anymore,
So when you hear all these people, online talking about like the Andrew Tate version of a girl, that version of a girl, don't go for that version of a girl. You know what I mean? Like, go in the library, and even then it sucks. Like, I went to college thinking that I would just find girls that were like the type I wanted, and I'm like, man, this isn't it. It just...
go to a diner that you used to work at.
Mm-hmm. She already had a kid, so she was very mature in motherly ways. I was looking for a partner to have children with.
Yeah, that is like one thing that was like your thing.
Yeah. And trust me, it's very hard to find a partner that's suitable for children. To me, and based on what I want. When people say you got lucky, bro, you haven't seen my entire resume, man.
He hates the word lucky.
Yeah, I really do not like the word lucky.
Because he worked very, very hard.
Yeah, I work
to be where he is.
Yeah.
And to get me.
Yeah. I put in so much work. I went through so many failed relationships, so many girls. I mean, so many girls, you know what I'm saying? That, you know, it's about, you know, there's a...
Do we have to emphasize the so many
Dan
girls?
Pena, you know, the guy, he's an asshole, but Dan Pena talks about one of the greatest salesmen he's ever met. And he talks about, it's about quantity, all right? You got to just go through a bunch of people till you find the one that you're going to sell on your life that you want. And people who say you got lucky, bro, are basically saying I'm a victim. That's what it's a victim mentality to call another man lucky. That means your hand that you were dealt isn't good enough to win. That's what you think. And that's unfair. And it's, to me, it's unbecoming of a human to believe that.
Women are difficult to understand. The other day, I was listening to a model, and she said she preferred experienced men who talk with girls over shy men. Do you think that's normal thinking? Yeah. I mean, okay, I'm not going to speak for all women because once you do that, you get came for. But me personally, like if he just like came up to me and said, I'm going to get your number. Like, we're going to do this thing, you know, like he wasn't like shy and like waiting for me and like all that, like that, you like be a man, you know. I hate that phrase, but like, you know, they like, I wanted like a strong, confident man who pursued me.
And that goes back to the quantity thing. There's been many scenarios in my life where I sat there and I didn't pursue the person. And then that opportunity was gone for the rest of my life. And it becomes so unsettling and so it just icks me out that I could just, like, life is so short. It's going to be over. Nobody's going to remember who you are. All of this is going to disappear into the dust. And you're afraid of getting rejected by that person so much that you don't even shoot the shot. And the thing about life is the shots you take, whether you make them or miss them, they're the same exact shot, rejection or success. You still do the act.
Sure.
It's the same thing. So just shoot them. I mean, I'm shooting them out there like a conveyor belt. Like, and I sit and I go out with Caitlin, we go to the beach and I see like a group of guys huddled up and I see like 4 girls just laying there, basically begging for those guys to talk to them. And the guys are over there slapping each other's ass and not going. And I'm about to go over there and tell them, if you don't go do it right now, let me show you. You want me to do it for you? Just go talk to them. Go now. Like I used to use football, for instance. I'd like, hey, run a route right there in front of them. And then we'll almost hit them. And then they'll complain. Then we'll say sorry to them. But then we have an opportunity to talk to them. And I would like, I don't know. And I have to thank my father because my father embarrassed the shit out of me and my brothers. If he saw a girl that he saw us look at and we didn't talk in time, he was going to go talk to him for us.
Oh, God.
So we had to beat our father to the embarrassment. All right, so maybe that was some good parenting. But I don't know. You guys just you gotta put yourself out there. And the more you fail, the more you get addicted to failing. Because the invigorating feeling of overcoming that fear is unlike any drug I've ever taken.
I have always respected a man more when they like just came up and just like flat out like said what they wanted. Like, you know, like instead of like, my friend thinks you're cute. Oh, don't do that. Don't make your friend do it for you. Or, hey, I'm going to Snapchat you. Like, what, bro? Like, I'm not giving you my Snapchat. Like, let's like have a conversation. Like, but now, like, if you notice, like, even the younger kids, like, it's all over the phone.
Yeah.
Like, they don't come up to you. Like, it's no longer like coming up to you in public. It's like sliding in your Instagram DMs. And it's like, come on, girls. Let's not settle for that. Make the reverse, rewind. Make them come up to you like in public and grow some balls, you know? Girls too, like if that's what you want. Don't be no slide in the DMs. No Snapchat. No.
But like I said, you have to use your body language too, your eyes. You can see if a person wants to talk to you and maybe they're just busy and you don't notice. So you can do things, you know, to get their attention. You could just be polite when you walk up. Don't walk up and just be like, hey, I want to fuck you, or hey, I love you. Why don't you just walk up and just talk
You wanna
about
fuck?
something, you know? Talk about something that you
Hey,
know
are you
they don't get
DTF?
Talk about something you know that they don't get complimented about. Okay, this guy says, honestly, unless there's a mutual agreement that something more could happen, expect to stay in the friend zone. If you try dating someone you know and best friends usually don't work usually. Correct, MVP. I made my boundaries very clear. You are not going to treat me lightly. I've trust me. I've said it very clear.
I do think that some women do take advantage of that, though. Like, they know that a guy likes him so much, but they're in the friend zone, and they take advantage of that guy because that guy would do a lot for them because that guy has feelings for her. But, like, she's just, like, literally, like, a puppet on a string. And I don't think that's fair at all. Like, so the whole friend zone concept, it really just icks me out because I've seen that happen so much. And, like, I think I did it in high school. I haven't, like, I'm not proud of it. But, like, when a guy likes you, but you're like, oh, no, you're just my friend. You're my best friend. Like, you would, you know. But it's really just taking advantage of that person because you know that person has feelings for you. You're stringing them along. You're flirting back, but you're calling them your best friend. Like, come on. Like, so it's also up to the girl, like, to be like, no, like, I'm legit just friends. We're not going to do this. Don't believe in friendship between men and women. Some guys wait for a chance to get something else. Once they don't get it, they walk away. I have experienced that, but I've been friends with men before, like just simply friends.
Don't believe in friendship between men. I would agree to an extent. Like, I'm not really friends with single women. So,
Well, no, you don't need to be because you're me.
right.
So.
But this is the point. So, like, I look at the women that are with my friends. Like, I have a couple friends, you know, like 3 or 4, and they have girlfriends and fiancés and wives and all that. Those women are my friends like they're my cousins and my sisters. Yeah. So I have my sisters, my cousins, and then those are like more like family to me.
Yeah.
So I don't really have women friends. I have women family. So I can.
Well, now I don't think I have any like guy friends.
But I don't have any women that I casually talk to as friends.
No way would that be okay with me.
Right.
Like, that's just, no, we're not going to do that. Mm-hmm. Because I've had men do that to me. You've been in a relationship. Oh, this girl's just my friend. We're just talking because we're just friends. No, you're not.
Are you friends with her friends? She doesn't have friends.
Yeah.
No,
I have my sisters.
She has Mackenzie. I'm friends with Mackenzie.
Yeah, I do have Mackenzie.
Kind of. I've only seen her one time in my life.
Yeah, but like.
And then her other friend, Stephanie.
Yeah, but then my one friend, Sonia, that's like how I met him. Like, he was friends with her first.
Yeah, I'm good friends with her. She's like my sister, though.
Yeah, so like, it's like, I would never in a million years think
But if one of her friends DM'd me, I would be like, Caitlin, why is your friend messaging me?
Yeah, he'd be like, this is so fucking weird.
But I generally don't want to talk to people.
Yeah, he just,
Like, I'm okay with doing it in this setting, but then when this is off, like, I don't, you know, I have one group chat I'm in, and then I talk to my brothers. I'm
the opposite. I'll talk to anyone. Sometimes I feel like after I'm done talking to people, I'm like, shit, did I just like completely butt myself into that conversation and make up a fool out of myself? But I just like to talk to people. I've always liked to talk to people like about anything. I'm just always been a talker. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny how he's just so opposite. Like, our old babysitter one time pulled me aside. She was like, does Andrew like not like me? He doesn't talk to me. I was like, oh no, girl, he just doesn't talk to people. Like, it's not like he just doesn't talk to anyone. Like, but I'm not like that.
I used to talk a lot in front of a lot of people. I used to talk at school and, you know, all that stuff. And I just found out that people want to take advantage of you. So I really don't, you know. Yeah. And I'm very busy on my purpose and succeeding. I honestly do not have time for meaningless conversations. Like, if we're not talking about advancing our career or advancing our life or something working on our lives, I do not want to talk about it, you know. Sometimes you'll get me to talk about the Cowboys or talk about the NBA, but then people start saying their opinions on players and what this, and this, and then I don't agree with it, and I just don't want to talk about it, and then argue with people and say, no, you're wrong. And then they say, oh, you're wrong, and I don't care. Like, you have an opinion, I have an opinion. Your opinion's clearly not right, but you know.
See, Adrian asked, how do you keep the relationship interesting? And like we talked about before, basically just spontaneous.
Mm-hmm. You got to give her a spontaneous. No, I don't want to say that.
Just the spontaneousness of like going to a store and like you see something that your partner likes, grab it for him. Like, that's so exciting. Like, that's so sweet. Like, when she doesn't have makeup on and she's in sweats and you like hit on her and like, you know, try to, that's like really cool because like obviously she doesn't think she looks the best right now. And like you're hitting on her when she looks like that. Like that's cool. So just little spontaneous like stuff, you know?
So thank you guys. This is another segment of Beauty and the Bold. We are very grateful for you guys to hang out with us. We will be back next Saturday or Sunday. We'll post it on YouTube Sunday. You'll see it there. So thank you guys very much. We appreciate it. Have a good day.
Bye. Thank you for stopping in.